All right, let's start. So we have Payne's Gray, Ultramarine Violet. I I think titanium. Let's try both titanium, unbleached titanium, or and titanium white. And it's going to be for this area here, where the in front of the dog, and then we'll take it from there. See how. Just gonna use probably this brush, bright. I'm gonna mix first Payne's Gray, Ultramarine Violet. Let's add a bit of titanium buff so we can see them, see the color. Don't want it to be too dark. That's a good mixture. All right, and let's dab the color on. Go in behind the gate. Let's take a little bit where the gate is, darken a little bit. So add a bit more of the Payne's Gray in that area. All around the dog, darker. Okay, now I can add titanium buff. We're going to dab the color on just to get some texture. We will be building up the highlights and the texture slowly. Shouldn't take long. I'm gonna wait for it to dry, so next layer, when I put the texture again, it doesn't blend with this layer. All right, I'll let it dry and then I'll come back. I'm gonna pause. All right, for this this now layer, I'm using Payne's Gray, raw umber, titanium buff, mix them together, not too much, just a bit. And I'm going to use this brush. This is a round, kind of harsh brush. And I'm gonna just dip the tip of this brush in the paint. Wipe it off a bit, dab it, and dab in different directions. Don't dab it in the same direction. Move around your brush. Try not to get too close to the dog, because we need this soft shadow from the gate and the dog on the ground.
Well, if you don't have a brush like that, what can you use? I don't have one, I thought.
Okay, no problem. Do you have a round one that you're okay if it's, you know, if it gets destroyed? Like big one, round, an old one. If you don't, no.
Okay.
No, if you don't, just use. Oh, actually, try with a fan brush.
I have a really big, fan brush, okay.
Try with a fan brush. Try, because a fan brush, usually if you try with a fan brush, like I'll show you. The fan brush usually.
Actually, I found a very big one, so I can try them.
Fan?
No, the kind you have. It's very big though.
Okay, that's fine. It's okay. As long as you don't try not to dip it in water. Just paint. Don't dip it in water. And actually, this is good. We can do that after. A small one. So I did not dip my brush this in water at all. Just paint, dab, and just go ahead. Like put a bit more of the titanium buff and raw umber, just a little bit more, so we change the color a bit. It's a good scumbling technique. Interesting. I like, I added a bit of raw umber and titanium buff. I like this. It gives it kind of, it breaks that blue everywhere and gives it more an earthy kind of hint. Like the texture, it's interesting.
Yeah, that's good.
And you get to this part where there's a line here, don't worry about it. Just if you have to go over the line a bit, that's okay. Whatever we're going, when we start painting this part, we can go over it and fix it. All right, let's do that. Get closer. I'm gonna get closer to the dog slowly. To soften the first layer I put in there. The layer that looks like it's his shadow. Okay. All right, so now instead of taking titanium buff, I'm going to take a little bit of white, gray, raw umber and white, and mix it with the same mixture I have here of the first one we were using. So I'm just adding more, a bit of more white, raw umber into the same mixture. And now I'm going to dab. I'm going to highlight this area a bit. Not the whole thing. It looks like there's a little bit of a difference in value in this area. Is it working, Susan? Yours?
Yes, it is.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm glad we reduced this part, you know, in size. No, it's too much. Okay. All right, I think I'm good with this. I don't need it anymore, so I'm gonna put it in the water cup, and I'm going to take now some Payne's Gray and add a tiny bit of raw umber in this Payne's Gray, just Payne's Gray and raw umber, and with a fan brush, I'm gonna add a couple of dabbing of these dots. And I'm just gonna move my fan brush in different directions because fan brush usually has a specific shape that if you don't move it around, it will look, or use the corner. Sometimes corner is good. I'm not sure I like this. Yeah, let's go back and adjust. I'm not so sure I like this fan thing. Let's see. It's a bit harsh.
I didn't start yet.
Yes, that's good. That's good that I started. Yes, yes, absolutely. I think it's a bit too harsh. Let me see if we can use the same technique, or just kind of soften this. Yeah, okay, softening is fine, but we can use the same technique. Let's try with this brush. Just Payne's Gray and raw umber, and I'll try here. Oh, it's dry. Paint is dry. Okay. Okay, that works better, way better than the fan brush. That if we want to put these. So if you don't want to, don't put them. You don't have to. This texture on top. All right. Okay, that's enough. We don't need to put more than that. I'm gonna pause. All right, so now we're doing, I put a masking tape to separate both sides of the painting of the surface. And what I have here is burnt sienna, a bit of ultramarine violet, and titanium buff. So when you're mixing your burnt sienna and ultramarine violet with titanium buff, if you see the color turning more purple, put in more burnt sienna in there. It shouldn't look too purple. It should still be on the burnt sienna kind of color. Okay, I'm gonna put these in. Okay, I'm putting a little bit more, tiny bit more of the ultramarine violet in this corner. Left corner, left hand side corner. Actually, this still has a bit too much on this one here, on mine, purple. So I'm adding a layer of burnt sienna only, just to tone down this purple. All right, I like that. This is a nice color. Then we'll move on to the blue once we're done. Okay, I need to put in some of this color inside of this one here. Okay, good. Then we'll move on to the blue. Oh, we can do this also. Take just titanium buff. If you want to put it, you don't have to. This little kind of detail in the tile. All right, I'm going to pause. All right, so for this part, I'm going to start with Cerulean Blue. You can see here that I added Cerulean Blue and titanium buff, but it's a bit too light. So I would do Cerulean Blue first. Don't put anything else. Just kind of put the first layer in Cerulean Blue. And then we will highlight it with a bit of titanium buff. Once this is in the first layer, I'm just going to add titanium buff, a bit of titanium buff to Cerulean Blue to give it some highlight, and go over you don't have to cover completely color. Just give it kind of a lighter or darker kind of appearance, not flat. Keep some of these darks showing through. That's it. I'll put a little bit of a line in here, maybe in. There we go. All right, I'm going to pause. So I have mixed here raw umber and burnt sienna, and with a round brush, it doesn't have to be thick paint. All I'm doing is I'm putting a line, thin line, right here between the brick and the blue, because they're not flat. They're two separate different tiles. So you will see a little bit of, tiny bit of a darker line in here. And some of these lines are thicker than the others, but we don't have to go through, we don't have to do this. We don't have to put thickness, just kind of put the line in there so it doesn't look like they're stuck or they're on the same level. They're not. They're right next to each other. And there we go.
Raw umber
and burnt sienna.
Raw burnt sienna. Raw umber. And you're doing that around all of the blue, like the outline.
Especially, yes, especially the blue that's facing us. So let's say here.
Right.
That's, I can see this. Okay, that's fine. But this one here doesn't have to be done. That one.
Okay.
Okay. So the one that's kind of, we can see, because this is on an angle, and the angle is down. So the part in there, some parts you don't see. Okay. All right, that's it. All right, so we're done for this week.